Hey scholars and families, it's Miss Marnon. So one thing I wanted to show you on our new Bitmoji homepage is I do have this currently reading button. So this is the book I'm actually reading right now. If your student clicks it, it'll take them actually right into this Sora app that we have access to. And if they want to read it too, they can actually borrow the book. When you open it, it has it just like if it was a book. It's got all the different pages. They can also access this through Clever. So when your student logs on to Clever, if they scroll down towards the bottom is actually the Sora app. So they can actually log in and search for books that they want to borrow, just like they can from a library, and it's completely free. So this is the book I'm reading now. So if anybody wants to read it with me, there's like a little overview here. So they can just click it right in our Bitmoji room. So I'm going to go right into modules, and we're going to go over the work for the week of November 30th. So I'm going to click right in. Here's our Monday, November 30th page. There is the daily direction video right here, which students can click. And then it goes to the video that has all the directions. They can turn on closed captioning or turn them off if they need them. And they can make it full screen if they need it. But that's going to be the daily overview videos. We have one for every day. Here's our to-do list, Unit 3, page 5 in class notebook, and then a standard quiz of our choice. So I'm going to hit next, and it's going to take us right into this direction page for this class notebook. So it's class notebook unit 3, page 5. So we can actually access class notebook right here on the side. I'm going to open it in a new tab. So I just right clicked it so I didn't lose this page where I was. Then they need to hit, there's usually a purple sign in button and then open in OneNote Online, and it takes them to the class notebook. Your student would then click on their name. And then they have unit 3 page everything under there. If they need to look at the teacher copy, it's under content library. Unit 3, we're on page 5. So this is what it looks like blank for your students. So your student will be filling this out. This is where you want to look at their work for the day. You want to see if they completed it, have them show you their class notebook. So this should be all filled out. It looks like a lot, but it's really not that much. It's just because it's got a lot of pictures. There is also always a teacher copy under content library. So if your student was watching the video, following along, or they missed something in class and they want to go back and look, there is the teacher copy right in the content library. But there is a lesson video right here. So if your student misses class, they can follow along with this video, have this open in one tab, or make it split screen so they can have this open and then the class notebook open, or maybe they have this on one device and then the class notebook on another device. Students can click this at will, so I tell them to mark as done when they're done, just to kind of keep it organized. But if they're just showing you they got all these green checks, that's not really where their work is done. They're just saying that they clicked this mark as done button. The next thing they're going to do is go to modules, and they're going to pick a standard quiz to work on. So if I go to modules, at the bottom are all of the standards that we're working on at the moment. So we have RP1, 2A, 2B, and 2D. So they should be picking one of these to work on. If they don't know how to pick, they can actually look at the data wall. So I'm going to open back up to our home page. And one of these buttons says data. And here's our data wall. So they can click their period and they can see which standards they need to work on. So if it's blank, they should do it. If they got red or yellow and they want to score higher, they can take that one again and score higher. But this information is accessible to students, and that's how they should be picking strategically which ones they want to work on. When they open it up, there is a review video within that quiz, so they can watch the video if they need help remembering what it's about before they take it. So that's for Monday. For Tuesday, again, here's our overview video. They're going to be in Unit 3, page 6. Here's what the page looks like with the directions, and there is the lesson video. Unit 3, page 6 looks like this. So you're going to check that they have all of this work all completed. They should just be following along the video if they miss class. If they're in class, it should also be done. They can click this mark as done button again. And then they're going to complete the independent practice 14 on the next page. They should take the quiz to get started. You can see I already clicked through it when I was doing my overview video, and it will even say how much time they spent on it. So if you're wondering why your kid is scoring so low, sometimes I look at this less than a minute. I've been sending messages to some families where students are not taking all their time on the assignment, and I can say, look, they spent less than a minute and they just hit submit. So that's something you can also look for when you're on Canvas. So that's everything for Tuesday. For Wednesday, it's an asynchronous day. So it looks like there's 3 assignments. There's really just 1. So here's the daily overview. They can watch the directions right here where I go over it. But what's going to happen is they're going to get 1 of these assigned to them. So I'm going to look at their data wall and see which standards they need more practice with or which ones they haven't tested yet. And I'm only going to assign 1 of these to them. So when your student signs on to Canvas, they will only see 1 of these assignments. They won't see all 3. If they still have time after completing those, they should work on Imagine Math to look at what this looks like. If they click these links, it will take them right to those quizzes, or they can click here to be taken to the module that has all of the data wall quizzes. There are a couple reflection questions to get started. They hit the submit assignment. There's text entry where they can type in here, or if they would rather talk, they can hit record upload media, and they can actually record themselves talking about it. They would just click start recording and it would start recording it for them automatically. Then they would hit submit assignment and they would be done with that. So that's everything for Wednesday. For Thursday, they're going to start working on proportional relationship stations. So we have stations 1 and 2 are due today. Those are in class notebook. And then there should be time to work on Imagine Math. So I'm going to click next. Here's the directions page for this lesson. Here's the video for the lesson. And here's what it looks like in class notebook. So it's Unit 3, page 7. So there's 2 like stations. There are sets of 4 boxes where there's the table and the graph, and then they need to answer, is it proportional, and the exit ticket. They can click mark as done, and when they're done, if they have time left in math, they should be working on Imagine Math. For Friday, last day of the week, we're going to be working on Unit 3, page 8, and then Independent Practice 15. So I'm going to click next. Here's the page for this proportional relationship station. So this is just doing the next page. So I'm going to scroll down to page 8. They're going to have 2 more stations, just like the day before, just different scenarios. One's about bacteria, one's about selling cupcakes. They can click mark as done at the top when they've completed it, and then go on to Independent Practice 15, which is right on the next page. Again, you can see how long they take on it and what their score is right on this page after they've taken it. If they are unhappy with their score, they can hit take the quiz again, and they can take it up to 3 times to improve their score. The first question is always extra credit. So when they're done with Independent Practice 15, they're done with math for today, and they're done with math for this week. Next week, we're going to start looking at proportional equations. So we've been working with tables and graphs, and now we're going to kind of make it symbolic. So going from a visual representation to a symbolic representation.